This blue glass marble spins across the pine, reflecting halogen from 30 stories high. The city breeze in neon green and white, a million grid lines painted on the night. I count the taxi cabs that streak below, each headlight carrying a face I'll never know. The bass guitar vibrates the window pane, a vinyl record loops a dusty strain. I hold my quiet while the avenue roars, safe from the dark side of locked apartment doors. City lights bleed through my paper shade, a golden river where the shadows fade. I am just an echo in this luminous maze, counting down the hours through a velvet haze. Every glowing window holds a secret soul, while I sit alone and let the rhythm roll. The marble stops beside a paper cup. I watch the billboard giant flashing up. It trades an advert for a sapphire glow, casting cobalt carpet on the floor below. My coffee's cold, my thoughts are running late, drifting with the sax that hums against the grate. The bass guitar vibrates the window pane, a vinyl record loops a dusty strain. I hold my quiet while the avenue roars, safe from the dark side of locked apartment doors. City lights bleed through my paper shade, a golden river where the shadows fade. I am just an echo in this luminous maze, counting down the hours through a velvet haze. Every glowing window holds a secret soul, while I sit alone and let the rhythm roll. Maybe someone 3 blocks down is watching too, staring at the skyline bathed in midnight blue. We don't need to meet to share the spark, 2 quiet embers glowing in the dark. The marble stays still and the street lamp beams. The city keeps humming its infinite dreams. Just me and the glow on the timber table, quiet and steady, rested and able. A street sweeper hums along the curb below, brushing dry leaves into the gutters of midnight. You sit at the kitchen table with your shoulders tight, staring through the window at the yellow traffic glow. The blue screen light reflects inside your weary eyes, another deadline melting in a paper cup of tea. You used to dream of towers reaching for the skies, now you just want 5 quiet minutes to just be. The neon pharmacy sun flickers in a rhythm soft and slow. Put down your pen and let the bass line take control. There is no hurry in the way these city lanterns grow. So take a breath and let the night restore your soul. Look at the city lights glowing just for you tonight, spilling like spilled honey on the rain-slick street. You do not have to fix the world before the morning light, just kick off your shoes and feel the mellow beat. The golden windows flicker through the skyline gray, a million strangers keeping company from afar. Put all the heavy troubles of your month away, and remember who you really are. A taxi horn chirps faintly down on 8th Fifth Avenue, skipping like a pebble on a deep dark lake. I poured another cup of dark roast just for two, for all the quiet promises you keep for safety's sake. You spent your 20s running till your knees grew weak, chasing every standard that they wrote down on a chart. Now the saxophone is humming and it wants to speak to every hidden corner of your tired heart. The neon pharmacy sign flickers in a rhythm soft and slow. Put down your pen and let the bass line take control. There is no hurry in the way these city lanterns grow. So take a breath and let the night restore your soul. Look at the city lights glowing just for you tonight, spilling like spilled honey on the rain-slick street. You do not have to fix the world before the morning light. Just kick off your shoes and feel the mellow beat. The golden windows flickered through the skyline gray, a million strangers keeping company from afar. Put all the heavy troubles of your month away, hey, and remember who you really are. The snare drum bursts whisper like a quiet rain, sweeping all the pressure off the glass tabletop. We spent our youth believing power cures the pain, forgetting how to pause until the engines stop. Look out that frame, my friend, the amber lanterns shine. They do not ask for progress or a final score. They simply burn to prove that you are doing fine, standing right beside me on this wooden floor. Listen to the city sighing as the late bus rolls away. Close your eyes and let the road's piano play. The lights are keeping guard until the dawn appears. We are right where we belong after all these years. Burned espresso and damp asphalt drift through the midnight air as Maya turns the collar of her worn trench coat up high. A muted horn plays somewhere in a basement jazz club down the block, while neon signs bleed crimson on the wet pavement below her shoes. She walks past closed boutiques and empty late-night delis, her footsteps keep in time with the lo-fi beat in her ears. Across the wide avenue, the sodium lamps glow bright, reflecting in the dark glass of the slow-moving cabs. She counts the golden squares of high-rise apartment windows, wondering what quiet lives unfold behind those curtains tonight. The city lights glow soft like halo rings against the dark, tracing silver edges on every shadow stepping past. She wanders through the golden dust of street lamps burning low, just another silent storyteller in the urban glow. A flower vendor sweeps the scattered petals near his stall. A tired night shift nurse stands waiting at the bus stop curb. Maya sketches their silhouettes inside her quiet mind, noticing how the blue billboard light catches the corner of their coat. Every street light holds a spotlight for a brief forgotten scene in the sprawling maze of concrete and glowing glass screens. Across the wide avenue, the sodium lamps glow bright, reflecting in the dark glass of the slow-moving cabs. She counts the golden squares of high-rise apartment windows, wondering what quiet lives unfold behind those curtains tonight. The city lights glow soft like halo rings against the dark, tracing silver edges on every shadow stepping past. She wanders through the golden dust of street lamps burning low, just another silent storyteller in the urban glow. The snare drum taps a lazy pulse as damp fog settles down. The metropolis hums softly in a gentle autumn breeze. No loud announcements needed when the skyline speaks in beams. There's a million little burning lamps keeping watch above our dreams. The city lights glow soft like halo rings against the dark, tracing silver edges on every shadow. Stepping past, she wanders through the golden dust of street lamps burning low. Just another silent storyteller in the urban glow. The rooftop lantern flickers as the late hour turns. Maya reaches her front door and turns her iron key. A small warm lamp comes alive on her third floor windowsill, adding one more amber light to the sleeping city hill. A sudden memory cuts the quiet room. Outside, sodium streetlights cast a tungsten bloom. The 35th floor window frames the headlights down below. Red tail lamps tracing rivers through the evening snow. Faint rose piano notes flow from a speaker on the wall. Shadows of iron fire escape, stretching down the hall. Focus pulls back past the condensation paint. Halos of yellow bleeding through the drizzle rain. The city shoots its movie in an endless wide. A million lonely actors keeping warmth inside. Golden glare reflections sliding down the wet avenue, captured in the flicker of an electric midnight blue. Traffic lights cycle green to amber, then to red, illuminating stories that remain unsaid. Nocturnal neon glowing through the rolling haze. We move through the set of these illuminated days. Yeah, a lens flare catches on a yellow taxi cab. Hood smoky brass echoes where the corner bistro stood. The camera angles tilt against the steel skyline. Marquee signboards blinking messages line by line. Steam rises slowly from the open sewer vent, a cinematic portrait of the hours spent. Fading on the alleyway, zooming to the spark. A solitary match flame glowing in the dark. The tempo slows down to an 80 BPM groove. Watch the shadows pan and the silhouettes move. Freeze frame on the corner where the crosswalk sign blinks. Right in the stillness where the city finally thinks. Slow dissolve to black across the skyline view. Blinking yellow signal lights bleeding into blue. Tungsten and cobalt softly fade away. Roll the final credits till the break of day. Who keeps the tally of every unlit bulb along the ring road? My wet soles click against the slick tiles outside the store. A warm breeze smells like toasted sesame and damp wool. I forgot if I locked the side door or just pulled it tight. Sodium orange spills into a gutter full of silver foil. The bass line in my headphones is 2 beats behind my stride. Grid squares of glass float 20 stories high. Someone is watching an old movie, blue light against the blinds. Does anybody ever look down at the sidewalk right now? Or are we all just waiting for the next song to shuffle? The city lights bleed into my sleeves like runny ink. I am walking through 1,000 quiet lives I will never touch. Roads chords loop under the overpass, resting on a minor ninth. Illuminated billboards promise comfort in plastic wrappers, and I just drift, a soft silhouette washed in halogen gold. Tail lights smeared down the avenue like crushed berry. Why do I suddenly recall the smell of wet pavement in July? A night bus squeaks to a hall, empty seats bathed in pale mint. The bodega cat sleeps on the bread rack, unbothered by the hum. The digital sign says 68. Maybe temperature, maybe a year. Electric piano trickles softly falling through the cracks in the street. Static from an open taxi window, a late voice talking about stars. If every illuminated pane holds a soul, why is the avenue so still? Red light turns green with nobody waiting to cross. Green turns back to yellow, counting down without an audience. My mind jumps from cold tea to the sound of ocean waves on tape. Street lights humming at Sticks Day hurts. Washed out yellow fading into wet charcoal pavement. Just sneakers on concrete, block after block. A lingering chord on the fender roads. Silent city glowing on. You told me yesterday the city bleeds like watercolor ink. I watched the wet asphalt turn yellow at the crosswalk brink. The corner store sign drops its final flickering letter E. A delivery bike glides past and high-vis green and quiet energy. Someone's 6th floor balcony keeps 3 grow lamps burning pink. The streetcar overhead throws sparks against the dark blue sky. A steam vent breathes white clouds into the traffic passing by. I count the tiny glimmers sitting quiet in the road, just watching how this electric harbor starts to glow. Gleaming red tail lamps line the underpass below, reflecting off puddle rims where small taxi shadows go. The city lights don't shine to make a point or guide a ship. They just linger on damp railings and a stranger's coffee sip. Every small pixel burning low, keeping time in this midnight flow. A laundromat's fluorescent tubes hum a muted double bass tone. A girl in a rain slick jacket tilts a glowing blue smartphone. Behind the dry cleaner glass, steam irons cool down to gray. A flashing green walk sign counts 30 seconds away. 2 street sweepers pivot slow under amber halogen glare. A spilled paper cup catches sodium light right there. Gleaming red tail lamps line the underpass below, reflecting off puddle rims where small taxi shadows go. The city lights don't shine to make a point or guide a ship. They just linger on damp railings and a stranger's coffee sip. Every small pixel burning low, keeping time in this midnight flow. You said yesterday we are just dots inside a grid. I looked up at a high-rise where a dark silhouette slid. A curtain pulled back, a golden kitchen light turns off. A saxophone plays 3 notes soft as a quiet cough. Nothing grand, just bits of shimmer floating in the air. Purple glow lamps on 6 fading now. Red brake lines on the asphalt turn about. You said yesterday the city bleeds, and I guess you were right. Just small observations hanging off the edge of night. Rough ripple grazes my wrist as I pull up the sleeve. The heavy weave smells of rain from 2 years ago. Under the dull sodium lamps of 3rd Avenue, every thread pulls me back to that midnight booth. You were tracing the frayed hem of your scarf, while taxi headlights painted orange stripes across our vinyl bench. A soft snare clicks like keys on a piano. Dust motes floating in the neon glow. I close my eyes and the bass line takes me down, back to the rhythm of a quieter town. City lights flickering through worn cotton seams. We were stitching together our midnight dreams. Yellow blur, crimson stop, reflection in the pain. Your laughter woven right into the winter rain. I rock to the swing of this lo-fi beat, holding a ghost on an empty street. Coursed and impressed against the cold aluminum rail. The highway overpass hums its nocturnal scale. I remember the silk lining inside your coat and how the street lamps made your shadow float. You pushed your palms against the frosty glass, watching the late night commuter trains pass. City lights flickering through worn cotton seams. We were stitching together our midnight dreams. Yellow blur, crimson stop, reflection in the pain. Your laughter woven right into the winter rain. I rock to the swing of this lo-fi beat, holding a ghost on an empty street. Fabrics fade and colors start to bleed, but I keep the jacket that you didn't need. Every street light is a warm vinyl pop, a needle skipping where the memories never stop. Coarse wool, soft light, 3rd Avenue glows quietly. Tonight, the beat fades out on the pavement, wet, stitched in memory I can't forget. A sharp digital foreglows right on my nightstand. I lie awake mapping out where we will land. I close my eyes and project a brand new scene. A high-rise balcony, cool and serene. The city lights brighten like topaz below. A jazz chord drifting soft over the slow hum of the highway. 500 feet down, we will finally rule this sparkling town. No more cheap instant coffee or cramped studio rent. Every late hour we suffered will feel well spent. I can see you pour red wine into crystal glasses as the midnight traffic in shimmering streams passes. Someday these city lights will shine just for us, high above the subways and the evening bus. We will stand on the rim of the golden skyline, tracing neon rivers, saying this is yours and mine. Smooth roads, piano, playing soft through the door, living out the future we have been working for. I picture your laughter echoing clear. No worries about the bills or the year. The billboard reflections turning your jacket blue. A panoramic view of everything we grew. We will watch the brake lights weave a crimson thread, remembering the cold nights when we ate cheap bread. The skyline will bow like a quiet old friend, a promise to rise and where our troubles end. No more cheap instant coffee or cramped studio rent. Every late hour we suffered will feel well spent. I can see you pour red wine into crystal glasses as the midnight traffic in shimmering streams passes. Someday these city lights will shine just for us, high above the subways and the evening bus. We will stand on the rim of the golden skyline, tracing neon rivers, saying this is yours and mine. Smooth roads, piano, playing soft through the door, living out the future we have been working for. It is just an image hanging in my head right now, a vision of success we are gonna reach somehow. From this dim mattress to the 42nd floor, the glowing metropolis is waiting at our door. Every traffic light down, there's a seed we sow, guiding us up to where the true stars glow. Someday these city lights will shine just for us, high above the subways and the evening bus. We will stand on the rim of the golden skyline, tracing neon rivers, saying this is yours and mine. Smooth roads, piano, future we have been working for. The red digital 4 snaps the 401. Still a long way to go before the work is done. But I see those penthouse lights in my mind, the brightest future we could ever find. Just you and me above the city glow, watching the golden grid down below.
Skateboard bearings clatter down the curb outside, rolling past the diner where we used to plot our dreams. Look at you leaning back with your shoulders dropped, sipping lukewarm coffee while the pavement starts to steam. Every high-rise window lights a different shade of gold, trying to show a story that is waiting to be told. You told me work is wearing down your spirit this week, so just leave your phone face down and listen while I speak. The saxophone is bleeding through the basement door, warm rose piano drifting off the second floor. You do not have to solve your whole entire life tonight. Look at the city lights with me, my friend, tracing long amber trails around the bend. We do not need a deadline or a master plan, just letting the baseline take us where it can. Those taxi headlights cut through the evening air, leaving little bits of magic scattered everywhere. Remember when we roamed these alleyways at 23? No money in our pockets, just a cassette tape beat. Now you have a cubicle and quarter life blues, trying hard to match the steps in someone else's shoes. Look at that neon sign flickering blue and white, even broken bulbs still manage to generate light. You have been carrying a load that was never yours to hold. Let the street lamps turn your heavy shadows into gold. The saxophone is bleeding through the basement door, warm rose piano drifting off the second floor. You do not have to solve your whole entire life. Look at the city lights with me, my friend, tracing long amber trails around the bend. We do not need a deadline or a master plan, just letting the baseline take us where it can. Those taxi headlights cut through the evening air, leaving little bits of magic scattered everywhere. Every high-rise balcony holds a person just like you, wondering if they are doing what they came down here to do. Take a breath and feel the pulse beneath your worn-out sneakers. The city speaks in rhythms through the outdoor speakers. Yellow cabs making turns on 42nd Street. Quiet conversation over a laid-back hip-hop beat. You are doing fine, better than you realize. Just watch the neon reflections swimming in your eyes. Toasted sesame oil drifts across the sidewalk where Leo stands beneath the corner clock. He breathes the rich aroma rising from the grate and watches neon signs begin to translate. An amber billboard based the alleyway in silk, while steam from coffee carts turns air to milk. He knows the quiet pattern of the late night street where flickering halogen and shadows meet. The city grid pulses with a slow bass line, each glass facade reflecting bright design. He keeps his hands deep in his coat, watching the glowing traffic softly float. The city lights burning steady golden rings, catching every quiet secret midnight brings. From ninth floor flats to the subway gate, the luminous ribbons guide the urban fade. He walks through the shine of the sodium glow as rivers of light continue to flow. A sudden whiff of rain-soaked roasted clove follows a girl who steps into a quiet alcove. She checks her phone's blue screen soft and bright, adding one more candle to the vast night. Leo watches light refract on wet asphalt where braking taxis come to a gentle halt. Red tail lights smear into a ruby stream, turning the crosswalk to a glowing dream. High above the rooftop garden trees, incandescent embers sway in the breeze. Third-person observer of 1,000 tiny sparks. He traces how the luminescence leaves its marks. No spoken dialogue, just color and motion. A sprawling, shining electric ocean. The bakery lights flicker off at last. The last night bus goes rolling past. Leo walks under the glowing beam, lost inside the city's quiet golden dream. Where does the warmth go when the upper floors turn black? The glass just reflects my own wet shoes on the crosswalk. 17 seconds left on the pedestrian timer. My coffee went lukewarm while I was staring at the green pharmacy neon. The sign spells out open, but the deadbolt is turned from inside. A man in a high-vis jacket is folding up his cardboard setup. Is he thinking about tomorrow or just waiting on the last night bus? The upright bass in my headphones bleeds into the subway gray rumble. Everything in this block is blinking at a different tempo. The brake lights on the taxi, the red beacon on the construction crane. I wonder if two strangers ever noticed their shadows overlapping on the concrete. Sodium glow bleeding through the light, midnight drizzle. I keep walking past shop windows without looking at my face. Just bright signs drifting in puddles, golden and violet blue. It feels like the whole avenue is thinking out loud. Nobody answers, everybody just drifts through the light. If I turn left here, I hit the corner store with the humming fluorescent tube. If I turn right, it is an endless river of red tail lights heading south. My keys are jingling in my pocket, almost sync to the drum loop. Why do late night billboards fill tropical islands to people wearing coats? Someone left a clear plastic cup filled with rainwater on top of a mailbox. The blue sign behind it makes the cup look like a swallowed moon. The snare drum stays steady while my thoughts wander back to last Tuesday. Everything keeps moving without asking if I am ready. The street lamp overhead buzzes in B flat, or at least I think it does. Or maybe that is just the quiet in my ear from walking too long. Sodium glow bleeding through the light, midnight drizzle. I keep walking past shop windows without looking at my face. Just bright signs drifting in puddles, golden and violet blue. It feels like the whole avenue is thinking out loud. Nobody answers, everybody just drifts through the light. Do these concrete hot rises dream when the desks are empty? Or do they just trap the ambient heat until the early delivery trucks start up? I pause at the curb on 4th, watching the digital sign change from magenta to seafoam. My breath catches a faint flash of color for a second. We're all just background figures, waiting for a signal that never comes. Where does all this brightness go? Down into the damp asphalt, maybe absorbed by the wet pavement. The walk signal turns white. I step off the curb. Yeah, 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 yeah. Heavy steel sinks into old vinyl floors as I tilt back listening to the city hum through doors. You were sitting on a milk crate, 18 and afraid, counting every dollar that your late shift ever made. Out the window, amber street lamps dish the dark, tracing patterns from the avenue straight to the park. I wish I could drop this note right down the line to tell you that the glowing grid will turn out fine. You thought the skyscrapers would swallow you whole, that every flashing red light was taking a toll. But look at how the neon paints this quiet room, a gentle wash of yellow cutting through the gloom. Dear 19, the city isn't out to break your heart. These scattered lights are waiting for your softest start. The yellow couch below us write a quiet song. You don't need to hurry just to feel like you belong. Sit back in the shadows, let the bass line play. The lamps will keep you warm until the break of day. I remember how you stared at every lit up glass, wondering if your dreams were built of hollow brass. You stressed about the silence between every beat and walked with heavy shoulders down the avenue street. Now I sit in this armchair, anchored by the weight, watching red tail lights slowly navigate the lake. The city isn't cold, it's just a giant frame, waiting for the moment that you speak your name. You thought the skyscrapers would swallow you whole, that every flashing red light was taking a toll. But look at how the neon paints this quiet room, a gentle wash of yellow cutting through the gloom. In 19, the city isn't out to break your heart. hurry just to feel like you belong. Sit back in the shadows, let the bass line play. The lamps will keep you warm until the break of day. Soft electric piano drifting out the window screen, filling up the spaces that were once unseen. You panicked over answers that you couldn't find, while the whole skyline sparkled just to ease your mind. Yeah. Take a breath, kid, loosen up your grip tonight. We made it to the soft side of the city light. Have you still anchored, steady on the floor? No need to keep on running toward an open door. The sodium lights fade into a mellow hue. Everything is peaceful now, I promise you. Just listen to the city play. You are doing fine today. Yeah, cadmium yellow spills from the laundromat window, washing the wet pavement in a muted honey tone. I sit on a plastic crate adjusting my headphones. The stranger lights are matching, ask if I am alone. They point at the flickering sign down the avenue, saying cobalt blue always makes the wind feel fake. I nod and pull my gloves tight against the chill, watching how the sodium flares in our wake. They sit down beside me, exhaling gray steam. Two night owls talking through a neon lit dream. No names exchanged, just the glow on our skin, where the shadows end and the stories begin. Under these city lights we are temporary friends, trading quiet truths until the night road ends. Look at the magenta grid reflecting in the glass. We talk about the future while the taxis pass. Just two silhouettes in the tungsten haze, finding steady ground in the midnight maze. Yeah. They tell me they came in from a town with no street lamps, where darkness was heavy and the stars were too clear. Now they chase the halogen halos on Broadway just to prove to themselves that somebody is near. I tell them the amber lights keep me from sleeping, the wild will miss the glare if it ever went black. We laugh at the irony of love and noise while checking our watches and looking back. They tilt their head up as a green bus rolls near. The headlights cut sharp through the lingering far. Two strangers anchored by a moment right here, writing quick notes in a shared mental art. Under these city lights we are temporary friends, trading quiet truths until the night brew ends. Look at the magenta grid reflecting in the glass. We talk about the future while the taxis pass. Just two silhouettes in the tungsten haze, finding steady ground in the midnight maze. The brake lights ignite in a sudden crimson flash. You say that every city light is energy made cash. I answer back that maybe it is just a way to hold a little bit of summer when the pavement turns cold. The doors open up with a hiss of pressurized air. You step toward the folding step, leaving me there. The tail lamps proceed down the quiet avenue, leave behind a faint violet hue. I pull my headphones back over my ears, grateful for the light and the talk between years. Cadmium yellow on the wet stone floor, until the next stranger opens up the door. Yesterday you swore the orange traffic lights looked like tiny tangerines rolling down the street. Now I sit alone watching the green arrow blink, while a delivery driver idles on his seat. The bodega canopy casts a lavender shade over a broken crate of plastic water bottles. A taxi hits a dip, a flash of white headlights spills across the brickwork as the engine throttles. The city doesn't sleep, it just changes tint. A million little glows giving subtle hints, just like you noticed on a walk last night. We're living in a gallery of scattered light. A red green signal on the high-rise frame, a flickering neon sign without a name. The blue LED from a park coupe door, shadows swimming on the lobby floor. We gather up the sparks in a dusty line, reading all the quiet little city signs. On the 8th floor terrace, someone left a desk lamp on a golden square, resting in a sea of charcoal gray. Down below a bus stop monitor flashes red, counting down the minutes till the 34 pulls away. A wet sidewalk reflects a barbershop pole, ribbons of crimson and royal blue spinning slow. A guy in a hoodie checks his phone by the vent screen, reflecting white on his chin down low. The city doesn't sleep, it just shifts the glare, leaving leaving tiny scattered traces everywhere. Just like you noticed on our walk last night. We are living in a gallery of scattered light. A red crane signal on the high-brass frame, a flickering neon sign without a name. The blue LED from a park coupe door, shadows swimming on the lobby floor. We gather up the sparks in a dusty line, reading all the quiet little city signs. You said those tangerines were sweet enough to keep, and now I see them everywhere before I fall asleep. The power strip glowing mint beneath the lounge bar couch, an emergency exit sign leaning like a slouch. Every single pulse is a heartbeat in the dark, leaving behind its own peculiar mark. Tangerine signals where the rain pulled down, a golden desk lamp high above the town. The city keeps shining in the smallest ways, just like you told me yesterday, just like you said, fading soft in orange light. Frayed denim sleeves catch the yellow light from the passing night bus. I rub the corkscrew between my thumb and index finger, and suddenly I am 22 again, standing on the footbridge. The city blurs into 1,000 wet golden coins. You were leaning over the iron railing, laughing into your collar as the rain softened the skyline. A simple touch pulls the curtain back, the snare snaps, the bass line drops, and every street light becomes your shadow. We left our shadows on 7th Street, drenched in the neon pulse at 2 in the morning. The city lights were rivers running fast and deep, and we thought we owned the globe. Now I touch this fabric and the years dissolve back to the night we swore we'd never turn old. The soft nap of the collar carries the faint ghost of rain. I recall the high-rise windows blinking like Morse code. We drank lukewarm tea on the fire escape, watching taxi cabs slice through the midnight fog with yellow beams. You pointed at the billboard tower shining like false sun, saying every bright bulb had a story you forgot to keep. A simple touch pulls the curtain back, the snare snaps, the bass line drops, and every street light becomes your shadow. We left our shadows on 7th Street, drenched in the neon pulse at 2 in the morning. The city lights were rivers running fast and deep, and we thought we owned the globe. Now I touch this fabric and the years dissolve back to the night we swore we'd never turn old. Memory is a turntable needle gliding over worn grooves. It jumps the track whenever the ambient light shifts from amber to rose. I can still hear your boots echoing against the wet asphalt, can still see the sodium lamps painting your cheekbones gold. Just thread and fiber holding a forgotten hour. The city lights keep burning through the kitchen blinds. 7th Street rolls on in the dark. The beat fades out, but the warmth stays behind. .347 glows against the ceiling from the silent clock on her bedside shelf. I picture us 10 summers down the line, wrapped in heavy linen while the skyline rests below. The highway will stretch like a lazy ribbon of amber, automated taxi cabs drifting through the cool damp air. All these frantic worries keeping us awake right now will be rust on an old forgotten fire escape. We will stand by the high-rise balcony window, drinking herbal tea while the red beacons hum. The city lights will shimmer like golden embers in rain, spilling across the dark wood floor where our footsteps land. We will look down at the crowded avenue and smile at who we were, knowing every sleepless midnight carried us straight to this peace. Just the warmth tomorrow, washing through the glass. Your hair will carry 2 soft silver threads near your temple, and my fingers won't shake from 6 cups of cold brew coffee. The neon pharmacy sign across the river will still bleed indigo, catching the wet glass of our rooftop herb garden. Ooh, we will talk about the rent we could barely afford back then, while the quiet monorail slides gently through the twilight fog. The city lights will shimmer like golden embers in rain, spilling across the dark wood floor where our footsteps land. We will look down at the crowded avenue and smile at who we were, knowing every sleepless midnight carried us straight to this peace. Just the warm, steady pulse of tomorrow, washing through. No early alarm shattering the peaceful quiet, no lingering doubts about whether we made the right choices. Just the soft rose piano chords drifting from the speakers, and the vast electric grid singing us a slow lullaby. 347 turns to 48 on the screen, a quiet preview of a life waiting just around the corner. The street lamps below keep flickering in the soft mist. We are already standing in that golden future. A rusted paper clip rests beside my coffee cup. You twisted it into a shape while talking fast. I never threw it out when cleaning up, just let it sit right where you left it last. The raining window blurs the downtown lights, and suddenly I'm back in 2017. We lived on microwave soup and late night flights, chasing a dream we never really seen. I kept the ticket stub from my first local show, unfolding paper edges when the room gets quiet. You took the midnight train 3 winters ago, leaving behind this silence I can never rewrite. We traded promises under a broken streetlight shade, watching the color of our younger days slowly fade. Your jacket hung behind the pantry door for months. I learned to cook for one without the extra salt. We used to blare hip-hop and dance at once. Now every silent hour feels like someone's fault. I scroll through photo albums on my phone, stopping on frames where you laughed at my bad rhyme. It's strange how somebody can feel so alone in the exact same room we loved in at the time. I kept the ticket stub from my first local show, unfolding paper edges when the room gets quiet. You took the midnight train 3 winters ago, leaving behind the silence I can never rewrite. We traded promises under a broken streetlight shade, watching the color of our younger days slowly fade. The city keeps moving like nothing ever broke. Buses still pull up on 8th Avenue. I traced a wooden table through the kitchen smoke, finding the tiny initials carved by you. We were just kids running out of air, holding on tight to a thread that wasn't there. I slide the paper clip across the dark oak stain. Some memories stay right where they were dropped. Outside the glass, it starts to fall again. And for a second, every clock in town is stopped.
The final desk chair groans beneath my weight as I uncap a blue pen to write to you. You're sitting on a curb in 98, convinced that every have nothing else to do. You kept a ledger of every wrong address. You counted every hour like a sentence in a cage. I wish I could reach back and clean the messy press, or turn for you the corner of the page. I watched you sell your prize guitar to cover rent in June, and walk 4 miles through sideways rain beneath the copper moon. You thought that missing one last train and staying lost for good, when really you were building grit exactly where you stood. The letter on your lap is never sent, because the past is locked behind the glass. I know you slept in shoes to save a cent, and bought a cheap alarm to make the early shift at last, waiting for the dark times to pass. I watched you sell your prize guitar to cover rent in June, and walk 4 miles through sideways rain beneath the copper moon. You thought that missing one last train and staying lost for good, when really you were building grit exactly where you stood. Put down the phone at midnight on that Tuesday in July. She isn't coming back, but you won't die. The scars you wear at 35 are soft and small and pale, and every quiet triumph proves you didn't fail. So breathe in deep and let the friction fade. We made it out of every debt you paid. The seat holds firm tonight. You did alright. A delivery truck hits the pothole on 9th, and the metal rattles clear up to your floor. You're sitting barefoot on the counter again, staring at the deadbolt on the kitchen door. You said you packed 2 bags before dusk arrived, and you swore you had a plan to cross the state line. I brought cheap burgers from the place around the block, just to buy a little time. The coffee pot is cracked, but it's still bruise hot. You keep twisting that ring on your thumb. You think running makes a person someone new, so you wait for the panic to come. Cold rain washes down clear glass, while grease burns on top stove. I took your heavy leather bag, then tossed it near the bed. You found a silver quarter inside that shooter, flipped for luck, and laughed about some crazy things someone said, before throwing out a rusted padlock hidden in my truck. The street sweeper grinds along the curb outside, whirring like an engine out of tune. You pull your knees up tight against your chest, watching shadow patterns cross the room. I know you think you lost your only chance when the job in Denver fell apart, but driving down an open interstate won't fix a quiet heart. The coffee pot is cracked, but it's still bruise hot. You keep twisting that ring on your thumb. You think running makes a person someone new, so you wait for the panic to come. Cold rain washes down clear glass, while grease burns on top stove. I took your heavy leather bag, then tossed it near the bed. You found silver quarter inside that shooter, flip for luck, and laughed about some crazy things someone said, before throwing out a rusted padlock hidden in my truck. We stood out on the balcony last June, yelling at the stars above the park. You swore you'd never settle for a life that only happens in the dark. So stay right here until the skies turn gray. You don't have to solve it all today. The street sweeper turns around the block. Your coffee cup sits cold upon the floor. Just stay right here tonight. Don't walk out that door. kitchen clock skips past the 4. The room is buried 6 feet deep in hush. A sudden recollection hits like dropping glass. I never turned the hall light off last night. The shadow on the curtain shifts an inch. Cold air crawls under the wooden frame. A porcelain cup sits cold beside the sink. The street lights hum a dull electric tone. And every little secret in this house is waiting for the floorboards to be known. A wooden ladder drops down from the ceiling hatch, unfolding heavy shadows in the quiet hallway space. The drive pulls through the stairwell like a sudden match, while winter settles softly on her frozen face. She packs the cardboard boxes in a silent rush and drives away before the morning street lights blush. The hallway carpet wears a stripe of dust. Her yellow coats are missing from the rack. A postcard lays beside the rotary telephone, addressed to somewhere 3 whole states away. The neighbor's retriever barks across the fence, then drops right back into the midnight lawn. A porcelain cup sits cold beside the sink. The street lights hum a dull electric tone. And every little secret in this house is waiting for the floorboards to be known. A wooden ladder drops down from the ceiling hatch, unfolding heavy shadows in the quiet hallway space. The drive pulls through the stairwell like a sudden match, while winter settles softly on her frozen face. She packs the cardboard boxes in a silent rush and drives away before the morning street lights blush. The motor up above us hums a steady tune. It pulls the cedar air right through the rooftop fan. A stack of unread mail spills out across the rug and shows where all the silver money went. A wooden ladder drops down from the ceiling hatch, unfolding heavy shadows in the quiet hallway space. The drive pulls through the stairwell like a sudden match, while winter settles softly on her frozen face. She packs the cardboard boxes in a silent rush and drives away before the morning street lights blush. The plates keep spinning and the rafters high, and empty wire hanger rattles fast. The quiet hallway settles down once more to make this cold night linger till the last. Burnt diesel and sour cinnamon drifted through the open bay door. Arthur put his heavy wrench on a greasy wooden floor. A silver Buick on the lift had rust along the frame. He wiped his hands on a shop rag and forgot his brother's name. The telephone rang 3 short times before it died away. He wasn't waiting for good news on a rainy Saturday. He packed a canvas bag with copper wire and steel. He turned the padlock 3 whole turns until he felt it seal. The gravel crunched beneath his boots beside the highway sign. Arthur crossed the county line before the sky turned blue, leaving 30 years of unpaid bills and everything he knew. A rusted toolbox in the trunk was all he took along, driving 40 miles an hour toward a forgotten song. He traded in his heavy coat to buy a ticket west, settling a quiet debt that burned inside his chest. The bus stop smelled of diesel exhaust and damp newspaper ink. A woman in a yellow coat poured coffee the sink. She didn't ask him where he went or why his coat was thin. He bought a ticket with the dime and pushed the turnstile in. The bench lunch was hard, the clock was slow, the ceiling leaked a drop. He watched it straight out across the street and make a sudden stop. He tucked the ticket in his hat and pulled the brim down low. He left the town where everyone had nowhere left to go. The engine growled, the driver coughed, the tires hit the grate. Arthur crossed the county line before the sky turned blue, leaving 30 years of unpaid bills and everything he knew. A rusted toolbox in the trunk was all he took along, driving 40 miles an hour toward a forgotten song. He traded in his heavy coat to buy a ticket west, settle in a quiet debt that burned inside his chest. His father left a pocket watch that stopped at 4:16. It sat inside his coat pocket, hidden and unseen. He never opened up the latch or worn the silver gear. He only wanted space enough to disappear this year. Arthur crossed the county line before the sky turned blue, leaving 30 years of unpaid bills and everything he knew. A rusted toolbox in the trunk was all he took along, driving 40 miles an hour toward a forgotten song. He traded in his heavy coat to buy a ticket west, settle in a quiet debt that burned inside his chest. The headlights cut through the white fog along the valley floor. Arthur closed his tired eyes and didn't check the door. 3 keys on a yellow lanyard clinked against the seat. The highway swallowed up his name and made the break complete.
Yeah, the rattle of a delivery scooter rattles through the alley. Great. A sound that always pulls me right back to when we stayed up late. You used to sit on the fire escape and play a cheap guitar, counting the neon delivery signs and pretending they were stars. We thought 23 was a mountain we would never have to climb, just 2 dumb kids burning through borrowed time. We traded cracked iPhone screens for rent checks in a bigger town, left our names in wet cement before the landlord tore it down. Now every passing headlight throws a shadow on my bedroom wall, and I wonder if you still keep the picture from that summer fall. I almost dialed your number when the rain began to hit the glass, watching every green light on the boulevard turn red too fast. The corner bodegas all changed their names since you packed up and left. I found your beat up denim jacket hidden underneath my desk. It still smells like cheap bodega coffee and burnt clove cigarettes, full of movie stubs and promises we made without regrets. You said you would make it big out west before the winter cold set in, and I just stood there nodding like I knew where you had been. We traded cracked iPhone screens for rent checks in a bigger town, left our names in wet cement before the landlord tore it down. Now every passing headlight throws your shadow on my bedroom wall, and I wonder if you still keep the picture from that summer fall. I almost dialed your number when the rain began to hit the glass, watching every green light on the boulevard turn red too fast. I hear that same loud muffler roar whenever midnight rolls around. It echoes up 5 stories high and shakes the frozen ground. I keep the hallway light turned on in case you ever walk back through, because nobody in this giant city laughs the way we used to do. The street quieted down eventually around 4 in the morning. The siren fades out 3 miles north without a single warning. Save me a seat if you find that spot we talked about. I am still holding on to what we could not figure out.
Where does the sound go? When you click off the lamp, it floats past the radiator, humming in the damp. I count 7 stitches on the quilt by my knee, then wonder if my sister ever talks about me. The ceiling fan wobbles like a penny on a tray. I forgot to turn the burner off on Tuesday. My brain is an attic full of loose copper wire, connecting last winter to a forest on fire. And I drift from the kitchen to a ghost in the hall. A forgotten silver dime glides along a heavy door, tracing lines across the pine of a dusty wooden floor. Bittersweet black coffee leaves a dark crescent ring, while a silent rusty choir plays a tune without a string. Outside, the pale street lamp sheds an amber quiet glow. My shoelaces tangle in the double loop knot. Did I call my brother from the parking lot? A yellow taxi cab swerves past the drain, splashing cold water on a billboard in the rain. I should get my tires checked before the state line. I am 27 minutes out of alignment in time. My brain is an attic full of loose copper wire, connecting last winter to a forest on fire. And I drift from the kitchen to a ghost in the hall. A forgotten silver dime glides along a heavy door, tracing lines across the pine of a dusty wooden floor. Bittersweet black coffee leaves a dark crescent ring, while a silent rusty choir plays a tune without a string. Outside, the pale street lamp sheds an amber quiet glow. Thoughts bleed together like blue ink in the sink, faster than a person even has the chance to think. No map in the glove box, no destination set, just a pocket full of lint and a postcard soaking wet. Click goes the switch, but the shadow stays long. A bent paper clip where the keys belong. The car engine cools off, parked beside the park. Another floating question, drifting out into the dark. The golden street lamps flicker down the avenue. The wet pavement glistens under misty skies. I trace the quiet shadows left behind by you, while time passes by without goodbyes. The late night diner dims its yellow light. A lonely coffee cup begins to chill. I listen to the whisper of the sleeping night and wish your shadow rested with me still. I watch the traffic signals change to red across the empty crosswalk where we used to stand. The quiet words you never said are slipping through my heavy open hand. These city lights are burning soft and low, shining on a heart that cannot break away. Though you left 100 nights ago, I still find a reason to remain and stay. These city lights reflect a distant glow, washing through the cold and silent air. I walk along this road I used to know and look for you, but no one's there. A gentle taxi turns into the misty alleyway, its headlights fade into the dark again. I pull my heavy coat against the chilly gray and watch the soft reflection of the rain. The alley neon casts a faded red on windows locked against the midnight chill. I carry every promise that you ever said inside a heart that holds your memory still. I watch the traffic signals change to red across the empty crosswalk where we used to stand. The quiet word you lights are turning off one by one. The city sleeps beneath a blanket made of gray. I know my lonely story has been done, yet I still wait for yesterday. Perhaps the dawn will wash away the blue. Perhaps the morning sun will set me free. But every shining light belongs to you, and everywhere I look, you're all I see. These city lights are burning soft and low, shining on a heart that cannot break away. Though you left 100 nights ago, I still find a reason to remain and stay. These city lights reflect a distant glow, washing through the cold and silent air. I walk along this road I used to know and look for you, but no one's there. Lights in the mist, street lamps fading gray. You are gone, I remain today.
Yeah, yeah. Why did I say the receipt from a diner in June? Neon sign humming the low out, the key tune. Traffic light shifts into yellow, then turns into red. Unfinished sentences echoing inside my head. Cat on the window, watching the windshield wiper blade. Counting the shadows of 32 when the months made. Cold steam rising up from the cracks in the street. Searching for patterns of stranger footsteps I meet. We traded 3 whole years for a box of paper mail. Left the midnight green sedan parked beside the rusted rail. Now I walk through convenience store aisles just to feel warm. Tracking how silent this city gets right before a storm. You took the potted fern and I kept broken clock. Footsteps sound like yours whenever I cross the block.
Static on the radio playing a song from 10 years ago. Salt on the pavement melting down the dirty gray snow. I wonder if the boy at the register knows my face, or if I'm just another blur occupying empty space. Thumb brushing over the dent in my old leather belt, trying to recall exactly how that July afternoon felt. Michael with beeps 3 times in the dark room alone. Unsent text messages sitting like rocks in my phone.
3 whole years for a box of paper mail. Left the midnight green sedan parked beside the rusted rail. Now I walk through convenience store aisles just to feel warm. Tracking how silent this city gets right before a storm. You took the potted fern and I kept broken clock. Footsteps still sound like yours whenever I cross the block.
Headlights flash against the peeling floor, wallpaper trim. Memories flicker like candles when the battery goes dim. I remember your voice calling my name across the parking lot, holding on tightly to all the little things we forgot.
Is it longing if I don't want the past back again? Just wanting to know where the lost hours went back then. Red tail lights fading down the turnpike. Ram street lamp blinking slow beside the bus stop bench. So damp, no answer comes back through the winter air tonight. Just the hum of the fridge and the pale fluorescent light.
Yesterday you swore that crows remember every single face. A silver Buick parked too close beside the garden gate. The porch light caught a beetle spinning circles in its shade. A half-filled mug of coffee sitting right where someone prayed. The screen door clicks twice when the wind begins to shift. The mailman skipped the blue box on the corner. A loose wire hums inside the street lamp glow. I walked down to the corner store to buy a bag of ice, and found a shiny copper penny caught in frozen tile. A clerk was marking down the bread that didn't sell last night. Laughter, laughter, silver ring beside the kitchen sink. The mailman skipped the blue box on the corner. A loose wire hums inside the street lamp glow. I walked down to the corner store to buy a bag of ice, and found shiny copper penny caught in frozen tile. A clerk was marking down the bread that didn't sell last night, while heavy water dripped along the rusted iron pipe. And standing in the doorway made me pause a little while. A blue jay steals a crust from off the driveway stone. The porch swing creaks a single quiet note. You left your reading glasses right beside the phone. A cold breeze catches in my winter coat. The hallway clock ticks loudest when the house turns still. You said that crows remember. I guess they probably will.